All right, so guys, good morning. Thank you so very much. And unfortunately, I can't sign the good morning, but by the end of this segment, I am going to learn a resplendent morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise on CVM. And this morning, it's all about rise and shine. And
Indeed.
Trust and believe that Lorraine Lewis is here, and it's all about sign language, and it's about debating as well. We have our interpreter here with us, Danae Campbell, and we have debates. Now, Dennis is a master debater, guide person. You were in the debate club, you debated, you taught it, you coached it.
Yes.
I was on the debate team at Mair High School as well.
Right.
But this time, we are actually doing sign language. I love this advancement.
I love it because it's so important to giving people who speak with through sign the opportunity to participate in that intellectual exchange that is so important.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for the various entities that facilitate that, like JADE, Jamaica Association for Debating and Empowerment, is it? Yeah, I remember. Big up all the folks at JADE. I've had interactions with them. They're so passionate about debating. And also, of course, the Sign Clubs of Jamaica, who I gather you said you had a sign club?
At Mount Grove, So, a sign language club. And there are many schools that have them, sign language. But let's start with these ladies right here, because we set the tone for what we're about to experience today, because we have our two debaters in the wings waiting. So we have Lorraine. No, Lorraine, for the proposition or the debaters. You're Zantaye Thompson, founder and executive director of Sign Clubs of Jamaica. And is it Calicia? Very well. Calicia Vassell, programs manager at JADE. So Dennis just mentioned the JADE. For those who may not know, the uninitiated, what is JADE? What do you guys do?
So the Jamaican Association for Debating and Empowerment is what I like to think of as the cornerstone of debating in Jamaica. What we do is essentially act as an incubator for debating clubs across the country, and we offer things such as training in adjudication. You can become a certified adjudicator. Currently, we also have a masterclass course on debate mechanisms and techniques running. We also have the adjudication course running right now. So we pretty much just specialize in all things debate competitions and training.
So is this your first time venturing into sign language now?
It is.
Okay, and how has the reception been? What has the uptake been like?
It's been a challenge a little bit, but I think that all innovations that are worth pursuing are a bit challenging, so we definitely embrace it. But in regards to the uptake and just the general attitudes towards it from the students and administrators alike, it's been really good. We're really committed to fostering this sort of innovation in the community.
Zantaye, how pleased are you to be facilitating this?
Right, so this is like the first time we are doing this. It's a really big step. It's a way for the deaf community to show Jamaicans that they are just like us. They have the same capabilities to reason, to articulate their ideas well. And so I know that it's going to be exciting. It will be between Mair Unit for the deaf and Mair Gilby High School for the deaf. And our two debaters here, Lorraine and Dayna, they are from Mair Gilby High School for the deaf.
Okay.
And so this debate is going to be on April 2, which is tomorrow. In partnership. So Sign Clubs of Jamaica, in partnership with JADE, is going to be hosting the very first deaf debates. And of course, in celebration of discourse, empowerment, and inclusivity through the power of sign language.
Lovely. And so what's the format? Is it the usual or the traditional debate method, like where you have three debaters and then you have the rebuttal? What's the format?
So it's World Schools debate.
It's essentially an augmented form of World Schools debate. So we've adjusted the speaking times a little. So the first speaker will be speaking for 5 minutes, the second for 4 minutes, and the third for 3 minutes. So you have the same first speaker, second speaker, and then we get a bit more engagement with the third speaker, who's responsible for responding to the arguments that we've heard.
All right. Well, listen, what is the moot that they're going to be debating?
This House believes that
deaf education should be prioritized over mainstream education for the deaf community.
All right.
All right.
So let's hear from our debaters now. We have Lorraine Lewis for the proposition and Dayna Denton for the opposition. All right, so we start with the proposals, right? All right. You can go ahead.
So the motion is, should the school week be a 4-day school week or a 5-day school week. So that's what they're doing today.
All right, and who will talk and translate for us?
So Danae will be voicing for them.
Very well. All right, go ahead, please. Proposition.
Hello, good morning. My name is Dayna. And my name is Lorraine. And we are from LMG, High School for the Deaf. I strongly believe that we should have 4 days a week. Some might agree and say yes, because students will have more rest and also can save money. However, if during the school week, the students and the teachers may have different things to deal with. So firstly, there'll be less time to learn. So if they change it to 4 days a week, students will have less time for work, and also it will cause the teachers to rush the lessons, which will cause problems for the students and their learning. Secondly, it will be harder for the parents, because parents who work full-time, they depend on schools to keep the children safe. So if there is that last day of school taken away, then the parents will have to worry where they'll send their child, for example, to childcare. If the 5 days are set up, then they will have that day and the students will be able to stay so that it doesn't lead to juvenile delinquency if they're left home alone. Thirdly, it will be a problem for the teachers. They will have to find ways on how to maximize the lessons and classes. And then the teachers will also have to find ways for the students to not be behind on their work. And that is my position.
All right, thank you. How do we, well,
applause.
This is applause. So we're applauding right now. Let me just ask you though, Calicia, because I'm very impressed with this. So we have our opposition. All right, so she's gonna start. Good.
Yes, you have good points. However, I strongly agree with the motion that school should be 4 days a week, and this is why. If the school is set up for 4 days a week, it's not just about the school itself. It's about maximizing efficiency, improving the quality of education, and helping the students with their success and getting advancement for them, for the students. So students and teachers would have the time with an extra day off to relax. And this will improve attendance, it will improve the ability for teachers to stay on program. It might reduce the cost as well for both the students and the parents. It'll be less cost for the schools. And I'll have money for more educational resources. So especially for persons who live in different areas who have to spend a lot of money for commuting to get to school 5 days a week. The last point is that it will allow for more time for students to achieve success in extracurricular activities and for their personal development.
Thank you. All right. Lovely, lovely. All right. I'm liking this, Dennis.
I really appreciate it. One of the things that I like is the level, I guess you would still call it vocabulary.
Yeah.
The vocabulary that they demonstrate, the ability to argue, to flesh out a point that they are able to develop at a high level in sign language.
Yeah.
You know, I would imagine that, I mean, I don't have any words that I speak in sign language, but if I had them, they're very basic.
But like
when you teach about efficiency and those kinds of complex abstract concepts, to be able to sign that, that's now where I'm beginning to be impressed by, juvenile delinquency. What's a sign for juvenile delinquency?
What's juvenile delinquency?
Well, it's all about context. So you won't necessarily have,
Yes, a word.
Say,
yeah.
But you have a group of signs that express the words.
Yeah, but like,
so
she knew juvenile delinquency.
Danae would be the one. Juvenile delinquency.
Okay, I saw that. Hold on, let me try to get that.
What?
Oh.
She's interpreting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, so she's
Right.
doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
she has
But
to-
like,
listen,
could you tell her to do juvenile delinquency again?
the sign.
Sign juvenile delinquency. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of coordination. I love that. And what I also love is the passion,
Yeah.
and how expressive they are, even though they're not speaking, they're signing with such passion and belief, and I'm very, very impressed.
Because in
with these
judging
two young
debate,
ladies.
you're judging persuasiveness, you're judging style, you're judging people's ability,
Expression,
you're
body
judging,
language.
you're looking for charisma.
Yeah.
But I'm still seeing charisma come out
sure.
in the signing that they're doing.
Yeah.
It shows that they're the same like us.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
Precisely.
talk to me about, for those of us who were seeing this, and sign language has become so much more relevant now, today, and more people want to learn or are interested in learning. And there are also parents with children who have
deaf
this
or hard of hearing,
deaf or hard of
right.
hearing. Where can we go to learn this, guys?
You have various deaf organizations that offer classes. So off the top of my head, I know that Jamaica Association for the Deaf has classes. You have Ready to Sign. You have PAB Bridging the Gap. So there are many deaf organizations that offer classes.
I love this. So this is a first installment, and I really hope that it will continue. And for those parents or those schools who would like their students to be a part of the debate in the future, how do we contact you guys? How do they become a part of what is happening now?
So for the deaf debates, we only have like a few deaf schools, so they would be the main participants.
Yeah.
But we do have a section where we're going to do a public speaking competition where you have hearing persons who are interested in sign language. They're able to articulate their ideas with a certain topic and get feedback.
I love that.
It's a way to learn sign language.
And how you seem very proficient. Where did you learn?
I am not proficient. I've just been passionate about it since I was 5 years old, but it's my dream to become a JSL interpreter like Danae.
Okay, nice. Okay. And for
Follow
you,
your passion.
Calicia?
So if people want to get in touch with JADE just to become a part of the debating community, they can simply reach out to us via our website, www.myjade.org, or they can reach out to any member of the debating community, really, because we like to say that it's a family. Debating doesn't start with the ability to be eloquent, it just starts with the an inclination to be a part of a conversation. So you can find members of the debating community anywhere. You find one of us and you find all of us.
All right.
Lovely.
Love that.
And
Love that.
Thank you. This is thank you. Yes. Thank you.
All right.
I learned that from DefCam.
Yes,
DefCan.
DefCan.
They are amazing.
Yeah,
Love them. Good morning, DefCan.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
ladies,
much.
thank you so very
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
All right, our guests have been Zantaye Thompson and Calicia Vassell, representing for the Sign Club.
Thomas.
Yes. Thomas. Sorry, Mr. Thomas. And of course, they represent the Sign Clubs of Jamaica and Deaf Debates, alongside our young debaters Lorraine Lewis and Dayna Denton, and of course our interpreter Danae Campbell. Coming up next, we're heading over to the kitchen on to serve up a bit of breakfast. You might want to stay with us. You probably
Swirl
do.
and come back.
Woo.